Hi everybody, this is Tony with Tony's Everyday Life, and this is my wife Terry. So today we're waiting on my surgeon to give us a call and give us the results of a CAT scan, MRI, and a flex scope. Of course, we're always hoping for the best news and that we don't have to go through, she does go through treatment with me. She's the one who supports me and takes care of me and does all that for me. So hopefully she doesn't have to do that again. Hopefully we get the all clear again and shoot for another 3 months. This first 5 years is going to definitely be difficult, just a little bit of stress. But you know, it's what you got to do not to have the surgeries. So as soon as she calls, we'll get right back to you and we'll see what happens here. There she is.
Unknown caller.
Okay, so here we go. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Miller, Sector calling.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, not too bad. A little on edge right this moment.
Okay. Well, I did want to go over everything with you. Feeling pretty good still? No problems?
Yeah, I feel good.
Okay. Well, so I went over your MRI and compared it to the exam.
Mm-hmm.
And, you've had an amazing response to treatment. The MRI is not, they can't read it completely as a complete response, and I think there's been some discussion about whether the first one was really a complete response, but it's not entirely clear. There's still a small area of signal on the MRI that is concerning, could be active tumor.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, as I told you, I feel something on exam that I can't know for sure whether that's active tumor or not. But again, you've had an amazing response to therapy, but it doesn't, neither the MRI nor the physical exam findings are really consistent with a complete clinical response. So we can't say for sure, because all the data that I've spoken with you about previously in terms of local regrowth rate and chance of systemic metastases is only really applicable to when you have a complete clinical response, and we just don't know. You've had a near complete clinical response, but we can't say for sure that you've had a complete clinical response.
Uh-huh.
So we just don't know how, the absolute standard of care would be to go to surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know how safe it is to not go to surgery. It could be fine.
Uh-huh.
It could not be fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's sort of, we're in this area of a little bit of a gray zone as we're sort of figuring out this treatment protocol of not operating on people who've had complete response. Or by the letter of the law, you haven't had a complete clinical response, but it's like a near complete clinical response. So
right.
That's sort of where we are, and I just can't give you any guarantee, and certainly we couldn't either, even if you had a complete clinical response and we went to surveillance, but we would have a sort of better idea of the numbers for whether it would come back inside, or whether it would go, to lungs, or sometimes they do both.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, unfortunately, it puts you in the difficult position of having to make a decision with limited data, you know what I mean, without being able to give you certain, good numbers on either side. One option is to continue doing what we're doing with really close surveillance.
Yes.
You would come down and see me again in 3 months, and you would follow that protocol. Or, we could do the big surgery, which is a lot of surgery.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So
that's where we are.
There's risk both ways.
There is risk both ways. That's exactly right. I agree with you.
What about the CT?
The CT. Did you have a CT up there?
Yeah.
That's right. You did on September 20th. I'm sorry. You're right. Sorry about that. I think it was fine, and it was. Yeah. The only thing is that this is only abdomen or pelvis. Did you get a chest CT too?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have that for some reason, but the abdomen and pelvis is clear.
Okay, good.
So we should just get the chest one. And the chest that they can see is clear on this, but we need the upper chest.
Okay.
So let me I don't have that. So I'll ask Tony to get that.
Okay. Right now, I'll talk to Terry some more, but right now I want to continue with what we're going with.
Okay.
Because I feel that we should.
I totally understand.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I know there's risk on both sides, so I want to take the lesser. Well, I don't know if it's a lesser risk, but it's the risk I'm willing to take right now. So.
And I I understand that. I do. And I think these are very difficult situations. And I think in 10 years we'll have much better information for you.
Yes.
And it's just that's what we're deciding. So
Well, and if I don't take the risk, nobody else will ever know, type of thing, right?
that's absolutely true. Yeah. And you seem to be easy. It's easy. It seems not easy, but it seems to be accessible to you to come down for these frequent surveillances.
Yeah. It's not easy, but it
like
works.
it's okay.
I can make it work. So,
Okay.
yeah. No, I want to stay surveillance. And, you know, if something changes, then, yes, we're going to act fast. But, yeah, let's try to give hope for me and the future of other people and see what happens.
No, I totally understand where you're coming from, and I support you.
Well-
Let me just pull up the protocol so I can tell you when I need to see you again. I have to remind myself because we've had a couple iterations of the protocol, and I just looked at the updated version, but I just want to make sure I'm giving you the most accurate information. Okay, so 3 months physical exam. And we were going to do 6-month MRI, but I think, it's Q3 months. So, so MRI pelvis is 3 months for the first year.
Uh-huh.
So, yes, so sometime, since we just did this, it's sometime in December.
Okay.
And I'll have schedulers reach out to you. What if we did it between Christmas and New Year's? If we could do it December 18th, that would probably be the best day just because of the way Christmas and New Year's falls.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, then I'm sure because, during Christmas week, most people aren't, I'm sure I could figure out how to get you scoped the week of the 25th if we need to.
All right. Yeah, let's just plan for around then, and I'll just try to make sure I get back in time.
Well, we will work on that. And so good to talk to you. I totally understand where you're coming from. But remember, any change in your symptoms, if you have any bleeding or extra pain or anything like that, you just let me know right away.
Will do. Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, then have a good holiday, and I will see you either right before Christmas or after.
All right. That'll work. Have a great day.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. You too. Bye.